Hello everyone and welcome to my Twitch channel, and today I am back with another episode of Danganronpa. Hopefully it's the last part where we have 2 more chapters and then an epilogue. So let's just get started. Last where we left off, we found out the name of the 16th student. Okay, is it free time now? Or where do I go? Let's pull out my map. I want to go to the shop low key. What's in here? Oh, I guess that's where I have to go, the dining hall.
What?
You're 1 minute late, Makoto. How to explain this? He's acting like he didn't show up most of the time. I'm not feeling so great.
What's your problem?
Huh?
Are you allowed to talk again? I don't recall giving you permission.
Huh?
Please don't hit me. Whatever my punishment is, I'll accept it.
So,
Where's Kyoko? Not quite is the worse than being late for lunch, for a date, for your wedding, for anything. And maybe she's mad about what happened yesterday. She's not gonna show up anymore. I can't tell the others why Kyoko might not be here. The best thing to do right now is just to keep quiet.
Very strange.
Whatever her reason, I'm curious to know what she is doing. I know she's not in her room, so... Oh yeah, you still have her key, right?
what's this?
Are you looking for Miss Kirigiri? What do you want now?
Hey! Hey!
I'm right? You're wondering where Miss Kirigiri is, right? Do you know where she is? Well, it's hard to say. You don't know either?
What?
It's because he doesn't know. That's why he's here to try and prove this information. Don't you hate it when you ask someone what their favorite movie is and they name some indie bullcrap?
This is
I feel like I'm getting whiplash. Though he changes subjects like that, thank goodness it looks like Monokuma didn't really notice. So I guess our plan just went off just fine, which could mean...
Hey.
Hold on. Can I turn down the volume? Because I feel like it's so loud.
Hey! Hey!
So was I right? You're looking for Miss Kirigiri? Any idea where she might have gone? We have no idea. And even if we did know, we wouldn't tell you.
What the heck?
For serious. I see. Well, fine, whatever. I don't even care anymore. Sayonara, suckers. It would seem that way. Where the heck could she have gone? Don't you think we should all go look for her? And how would you suggest we approach the test if Monokuma can't seem to locate her?
Very suspicious.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait, I want to go to the shop and I literally want to spend all of my coins. Because I have a lot. I want to spend all of them right now. Can I spend all of them at one time? Okay, I can only spend 99 coins. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's see where everyone's at. Who? Okay, let's just go right here since they're like the closest. Are they in the garden? I don't remember where they were at. I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay, I accidentally clicked the wrong place.
What? That.
Dude, does this even matter? Because I feel like he's
That's
still gonna
right.
hate me.
So in other...
He just hates everybody.
Naturally. In other words...
I think I might be getting sick. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go in here and talk to Byakuya again.
That...
The music changed. It's getting eerie. I'm getting the chills. I feel kind of dizzy. I can't help it. I need sleep. Nighttime wasn't for a while, but I felt like my body had reached its limit. As I dropped onto my bed, I felt like I was falling into a bottomless pit. I was unconscious before my head hit the pillow. Well, that's not quite true. I didn't pass out completely. It was more like my consciousness went dim. I weaved back and forth between sleep and wakefulness, which is all I had to say. I was restless. At some point, I found myself wandering through a strange dream. And within the dream, a voice echoed across the walls of my mind.
I understand.
What? That voice, it's so familiar.
I understand.
It's me.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's
What?
to stay here.
Is he being brainwashed? Because what the hell? What am I trying to say?
This is all for hope.
No, it's for
And that's
despair. What are
why-
you talking about?
I have to stay.
No, don't stay.
My dream just now. What? So strange. Huh? Kyoko? What did you say?
What is going on? Every day is peaceful, every day is joyful. Happy days from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Wishing only for those unchanging, unending days. Happy days, days of boredom, repeating forever and ever. No abnormalities as far as the eye can see. Life without the tiniest speck of abnormality.
If the world were like that, I'd consider that pretty damn abnormal. Good morning, everyone! It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine! Get ready to greet another beautiful day!
It took longer than usual for me to open my eyes. I let out a deep sigh to bring myself up to the rest of the way. The chills, the aches, the unfathomable lethargy, they had all disappeared in the night. And that was left was me, drenched in sweat. It wasn't just because of whatever bug I'd caught either. It was also the dream I'd had. What the hell was that? I mean, was it even really a dream? I was desperate to recall it. I scrambled to grab onto fragments of the dream and reel them up from the depths of my memory. That's right, I remember last night. Bro, not doing so good. I came down with a fever and couldn't quite get to sleep. And I heard a voice I didn't really understand. And then all of a sudden I was awake. And there was a strange person standing next to bed wearing a mask, and they were holding a knife. I want to say I fought them off, but I don't actually remember. I felt like my mind had been detached from my body, burning up with the fever. I was somewhere far away, watching my body move on its own, and because of that, I don't remember what really happened, but still, I feel like I resisted them desperately, feverishly. After that, things go black again. The next thing I remember, Kyoko was there, but what would she have been doing in my room? What a strange dream. No, was it really a dream? How can I possibly find out either way? Huh? It's empty, there's nothing inside. Wait, nothing inside? That's strange, because it definitely wasn't before. I'm positive I put the knife I got from Toko in here. Wait, that means the knife they told me to keep safe. I knew it. I just had a feeling. It wasn't a dream after all. But if that's true, this all makes even less sense. Why would someone have wanted to attack me, and who was behind that mask? And why was Kyoko? What the hell is going on? Well, I don't think I'm gonna figure it out on my own. Okay, let's go to the dining hall. Let's go tell everybody what we just witnessed. Hey, Hina. You really had me worried, you know? What happened to you last night? Worried?
I mean,
Right after nighttime, we all went to get you, but we were hammering away at your doorbell, but you never answered. We thought maybe you'd been, you know, I mean, not that that actually happened. I mean, nobody here would want to, you know. So, what are you doing? I didn't feel so good, so I went to bed. I had no idea you guys even showed up. But why did you come to get me? Did something happen? Well, lots of stuff, actually. I'm not sure I can really explain. Let's go meet up with everyone else. They can tell you all about it. So, is everyone waiting somewhere else or something?
that's right.
Oh yeah, we all stayed up the whole night. I lost that rock, paper, scissors, so I had to come get everyone for breakfast.
Okay.
So you got here just in time. Come on, help me carry it. Everyone's in the gym. Hurry up, I'll meet you there. The gym? Why is everyone in the gym? And the entire night? Let's go to the gym, y'all. Are we finally gonna get the identity of the 16th student?
Huh?
This is worse than being late for your wedding.
What?
To show up like it's no big deal. You made us stay up all night while you slept like a baby in your bed. Just like Hina said, everyone was there besides Kyoko. Then I noticed they'd form a circle around something. As soon as I saw that something was... What the... Before I could catch myself, I'd cried out. OMG! Monokuma has been destroyed! Spread out in front of them were the remains of Monokuma.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? We're dismantling it to see what makes it tick.
Dismantling? But I mean, that's Monokuma you're messing with, right?
Yeah, that's right.
She's not even phased.
Relax, there's no danger. You say that, but what is this? What are you guys doing? Seriously, what are you thinking? How can you say tearing apart something like that isn't dangerous? Well, I guess I'll handle this. I'll explain what's going on, Makoto, because that's how much I like it. Byakuya found this little fellow laying around that we tore it apart. That doesn't explain anything. Just before we went to bed last night, I came to the gym to try and talk to Monokuma. I waited to see if I had any new information about Kyoko's disappearance, and I found him here. Just like normal, however, when I found him, he was no more than a regular toy. He didn't react, didn't say a word. You're saying he wasn't moving at all? I waited there until midnight officially began, but still Monokuma lay there motionless. I gathered everyone up as quickly as possible so they could take a look. Even then, he still didn't make a move, so I immediately initiated the disassembly process. It was master stroke of a genius, a chance to find out what made Monokuma tick. It's leaps beyond any normal remote-controlled toy. Who has enough free time to invest in something like that anyway? Besides that, what I'm wondering is, why did he stop moving all of a sudden? I thought maybe he'd malfunction, but we didn't find any cause as we were taking him apart. So he didn't break down.
In other words,
Then maybe something happened to his puppeteer, the mastermind, something unexpected? I can't imagine any other possibility, something unexpected. They were probably so scared of Master they ran away in terror.
Could it be?
Or maybe they got sick or something. Monokuma made his announcement this morning, right? Who was that? It's not the mastermind. Oh, I'm sure that's a recording. It's set to a timer and plays necessary. That's true. He says the exact same thing every day, right?
Hey.
Guys, I don't think it's a good time for light conversation. I found something. What is it? It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. A bomb? That's super cool. We need to get rid of it. Roger that. It appears the bomb has a motion sensor. Any sudden movements is sure to go off. Motion sensor for serious? I'm starting to get all shaky.
Just a second.
Hey, get it together. You're a man, aren't you? I'm fine. I'm totally fine. You're so not fine. I probably should have mentioned the motion sensor's off right now. Don't scare me like that. You're like the world's most spineless worm of the century.
Don't be mean.
The century's just getting started. Don't call the rest already. Just hurry up and put the bomb down. Hanging on to it's not gonna do anyone any good. Good call.
Well,
Okay, it's done. Everything's all good. Hiro put the bomb down, but that wasn't my main concern at that point. My eyes were glued to the Monokuma's remains. He just stopped moving all of a sudden. Was it really because something had happened to the mastermind that they weren't expecting? But what could that have been? When I thought about it, I couldn't help but think back to the night before, being attacked by that masked figure.
Just a second.
Makoto? Huh?
hey.
Don't us. Did you hear a thing we just said? Huh? So that's a no. What are you? Some kind of brain dead farm animal? Sorry. We were saying since we're done dismantling Monokuma, what should we do now? And we've decided to continue our offensive assault.
it's all
To
clear.
try and uncover the mastermind's true identity, we're going to break into the headmaster's room. Really?
Naturally.
Since the mastermind appears to have stopped all activity, now's our chance. Wouldn't you agree? If the mastermind comes back while we're in there, if you're scared, you're welcome to stay here by yourself. Or go live in the chicken coop with all the other chickens. You'll be chicken number 6.
Such
This is a battle. A fight to the death between us and the mastermind. We don't have time to deliberate.
But
I don't want to have to kill each other or anyone else, but we have a chance now.
Come on.
What are you going to do? Are you going to run away or are you going to fight? You're right, I'll go with
It's
you.
all clear
We're
now.
going to break into that master's room. Everything comes down to this moment. Anything can happen, so prepare yourselves. I'm following you anymore, master, to the ends of the earth. Sakura, if you can hear me, lend me your strength.
How about that?
I can do this. I'm a man. I can do this. I've got the will of the entire universe on my side. We found determination in our own ways, and when we were ready, we left the gym. Our target was the headmaster's room on the 4th floor of the school. Let's go to the headmaster's room. Moment of truth, y'all. Where is it? Is it this one? No, that's the music room. Oh, I guess it's where Toko's at. Where everyone's at. That's the office. Oh, the headmaster's room is right over here. It's locked, as expected. So what are you gonna do? Isn't it obvious we're going to tear off this door off its hinges? Wait, but the rules say we've seen that the mastermind isn't watching us. Those rules, those don't matter anymore. But like Makoto said, that the mastermind did show up while we're in there.
So in
They
other
want us
words,
to finish our business before that can happen.
Hey.
Okay, sure, but
what?
we've come this far. We can't back down now. We agreed. This is what we have to do, so we have to do it. So beautiful.
I mean,
For serious? We don't have any choice. We're desperate. Let's do it. Let's rip this door down.
actually,
Okay, but how are we gonna do that? This thing looks pretty sturdy. Then we'll need something sturdy of our own. What about that one thing? The thing in the tool shed.
oh,
The
so
pickaxe.
I see.
Interesting. That could very well be exactly what we need. Now then, Toko, what time is it? When we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot
It's
now.
all clear now.
Go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01. That's straight up unreasonable.
Naturally.
Surely you have your me time once in a while, right?
What?
Hey.
If you spend all... Hey,
You called for me and so I appear.
Come on.
Give it a rest.
Not.
I see. Have you? So,
What are you talking about? Did you already forget what we were talking about? You're like missing out on life.
gotta be
I'm not missing
kidding.
out on life. In fact, I found one in the garden. What did you find? Corpus. Did you hear me? I said corpse. A corpse?
Yep.
That's right. I found a corpse in the garden. You found a corpse in the garden?
What?
Well
What
then,
did you
before
say?
we enter the headmaster's room, it appears we have something else to look
Come
into.
on.
We're going to the garden. Okay. As soon as we entered the garden, I saw it. I didn't want to, but... A body has been discovered. I saw someone laying on the ground with a mask covering their face, and there was a knife buried in their stomach up to the hilt. What the? Are they really dead? For sure, but who is it? Just to make things clear, last night I was attacked by someone wearing a mask, and whoever that was, they're now... I don't know why, but they're laying dead in front of me.
No way.
What?
Examine the body.
Well,
Okay then. Let's just show the mask clean up.
Come on.
Don't. By the time we caught, I was already too late. Toko's hand shot out towards the mask, and in the next instant, there was a blinding light and a deafening roar. The body blew up. It 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 blew up. My vision started to darken. I prepared to bounce out
Come
the bed.
on.
Hurry up! Put the fire out. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and put it back down to earth. So pressed something into my hand. It was a bucket of water. I guess that took care of it. Oh, what the hell, man? It exploded?
What
I
did
had a
you
bad
say?
feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode another body.
What?
It's burnt to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man. Don't prepare so scared I'll never be able to eat steak again. Who isn't here right now, huh? If we consider who's not here, then we're quickly narrow it down to who it must be. There's only one person missing. It's Kyoko. Kyoko? Then that dead body is Kyoko? No, that can't be right. Calm down, I didn't say it was Kyoko. But I mean, who else? There is one other person, the mastermind. What? The mastermind? Come on, there's no way the mastermind got charbroiled. Just serious. I agree. Normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering. But I have reason to believe it may be true. The mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? The monochrome can hardly move around if its master is dead, right?
But
That corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. Remember what Alter Ego said?
what the heck?
He said the mastermind is a middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair, huh? Mukuro Ikusawa, the 16th student host Pete. What are you talking about? The other day Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school. I think you better tell us everything you know.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
It sounded like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Ikusaba is the mastermind. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt in mind.
I see.
There's another student here, and it's a female that would match the body's characteristics. And that phrase, the ultimate despair, sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair. But she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot. Now she went up into a crate. None of this makes any sense to just suddenly show up and then die. I think we better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. Wait,
What?
are we forgetting something, you know, Toko? Okay, she got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. Sure, the explosion vaporized her. She survived. She survived. What just happened, Master?
Stop
You
talking.
declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen.
What the heck?
Let's examine the body again. Oh wait, let's have to investigate this first. There's something next to the body. It's a key. It's what Kyoko took from Monokuma.
So,
What? I see. So, in other words,
Yay! I have more, I can have more access to the, data center. Hold on, where's the data center? Anyways, is it on this floor? I think it is. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna go in the biolab. Wait, no, I'm gonna go to the, I feel like I can already go in there. I wanna go to the data center. Is it on here? Oh no. Where is it? I'm gonna go in here. Yay!
I see.
Looks like the door is still unlocked. So when you open that door, there's not gonna be another huge kaboom like before, right? You're asking that question now? Don't worry, we have Makoto.
In
What?
other
It's in your hands again. It means I trust you. Then that's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. Hopefully we don't explode. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Oh, is this the surveillance room? Like where they can see everything we're doing?
What?
It's the direct view from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room, and they're displayed here on these monitors.
So that's it.
To watch us? Then this room is
It's all
the
clear.
master's private room, without a doubt. Watching us. What's that door with Monokuma over there? Is that where the mastermind is? And she was the mastermind. The mastermind is dead, like really dead? It would seem so. For serious? It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. The mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because I mean that body. whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was it then?
But
If the mastermind is really dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole. We gotta hurry up and fix the exit
That's
point.
enough.
We have to check the area thoroughly first. But what about the exit? If the mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. I'm bothered by the fact that the mastermind was obviously murdered. Murdered?
Natural.
but
Such.
Okay. Let's search everything. There's even cameras in here. Girl, what are you talking about? Nope.
Yeah.
Won't fit.
What?
Look next to the TV. Isn't that a TV
How about
antenna?
that?
It is just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. If you hook that antenna, we can watch TV. Does someone say TV?
you know?
Well, Saturday morning, he must hear. Are you talking about me? Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on,
You
come
know?
on. You're starved for info from the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic and you'll be quantum leaping your way into TV land before you know it.
You know? Huh?
I think I got the TV working, really?
Hmm.
Now all we gotta do is switch
What?
it on. Then do it. Freaking idiot mastermind. I gotta need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV this whole time. They really thought they could get away with it?
Huh?
It's the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room,
What
isn't
the
it?
heck?
That's weird.
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
That's really weird. You're weird.
But
This TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna, so how's it showing the camera feed?
Well,
Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. Here, went through each channel one by one. It was just us. A live feed was standing there in the data center.
what the heck?
Is it
Could
broken?
it be?
There must be some kind of trick with some weird setup. A trick?
Actually-
I'm not sure, but... Huh? Huh?
huh?
What?
Huh?
What?
What?
Been a while, you friggin' bastards. Monokuma? You're supposed to be dead. Me? Dead? Don't be friggin' stupid. You're acting kind of strange. Something seems different.
Of course!
I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on her faces right now is so bland. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair.
Well, she.
We have to keep going?
Let
We
me
were
out of-
supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? You're so stuck with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't bad at all, you know? There's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Well, now.
I'm poor from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. The point? You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed, that TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
And it was a hiding secret of some kind.
What the heck?
Huh?
You're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you. The killing game is being broadcasted live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV.
Extreme!
This killing game is being broadcasted live to the entire world. It doesn't matter how many times he says it, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I'd understand the deeper meaning.
Huh?
So literally everybody knows that we are trapped in this school and nobody will do anything to help us? Is nobody even looking for us? Is nobody worried? What kind of bad joke is this? It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? The camera feed is being broadcasted. No way, that's impossible. That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found in hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now?
Of course!
I heard some kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind like a boat tossing in the ocean. My mind had begun to creak and groan.
Hey!
Everything has meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now, why would I do any of that without a reason? It was up to my captain and I was to show them the true despair like the nursing before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment. You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would go crazy. There's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us.
Actually,
They already did, huh?
yes indeed!
But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? So, sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Do you think that's possible? I don't really know personally though, so whatever.
This can't be.
But to take control of all the communications like that, you'll need an astronomical amount of resources. So how could things come this far? Well, that's a secret. There's something you need to remember first. What?
Of course!
There's the little bits of...
A body has been discovered after a certain amount of time, which you may use.
It's the Monokuma Fun! Heart-pounding excitement! I can't wait! I can't wait!
How are we supposed to figure out who did it? If we're all here, we don't know that bitch. And we were left with despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think it took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand anything. It was despair entertainment, and how is he still
I'm
alive?
sick of.
Stop talking.
What the heck?
There's no way Kyoko was murdered. I don't believe it. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have to end it like this? I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to prove the truth for yourself. Myself. Anyway, we'd better begin. If we're gonna have the class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
It must be so partaking in school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? That's not precisely what I'm saying, no. But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issue I need to confirm. Investigate. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old, so even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body couldn't really be Kyoko, or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I took the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. Okay, I guess I need to go back to the garden. Okay, let's examine the body. I saw a tattoo on her hand. I don't know if that's important, but let's check up here. The top part is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw them on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was fire at the top half, the bottom half is still dry. There's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Big nails, they're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. Okay, let's leave. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it. It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person is in the mask was that attacked me that last night, they were holding the knife. When they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then And if this is really Kyoko, Kyoko is the one that attacked me, but why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Okay, no, I don't want to check the body yet. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before, but where? Was it there? I have to double check that later. But I'm missing the dead body. Okay, go over here. Is this the tarp? Wait, was there a tarp here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Okay, I already looked at that, so that doesn't matter. I think that's everything important right there. I think it was just the tarp was important there. Okay. Now let's just talk to everybody. Oh wait, again. What do you want to talk about? I like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd love to hear what you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night, but why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime gonna do with it? Isn't it obvious this murder took place after nighttime? How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was nobody here. So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. So however, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire time last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling you the truth, I was in my room because I was dead asleep and had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Can I just tell them about how Toko was literally, or no, not Toko. The killer or the body, the dead bitch was literally at my fucking bed last night. Do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach around the area where it was stained with blood. Apparently, the woman had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Yeah, I could have sent it to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was in the body, I didn't see any other ground around it.
Okay.
Thanks, that was a big help, and I look like this when I try to remember how I look. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember a lot better too, so thank you too. Who's next? It's 11 o'clock right now, okay, and?
Serious?
Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body, when the body was found, huh? I should look back to what I did this morning and help me remember what it was. Monica was actually with me about 7 o'clock. Met up with Hina around 7:30. Then I headed back to the gym where everyone was waiting. Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? What time is it? We left the gym was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, I had to been right around 9. As you mentioned, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Do I have to talk to Taka? She's weird. Okay, never mind. I can't go. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I can't go yet. Let's talk to him again.
In other... That's right.
What do I do next? I talk to everybody. The chicken coop. Did I talk to Aoi? Yeah, I did. I did talk to her. Or there was 5 chickens before.
Huh? But... Conspiracy!
Hold on, the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before, then the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place. Sprinklers have been added. Okay. Is that quote really Kyoko? Is that true? Why did she attack me? But the key to her room.
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can allow you. What?
Just give up.
The Akira has a key to her room. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her key. The Akira, if you do come up with an alibi, I'd happy to hear it later after the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, that girl. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of family again later, and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. Okay, where should I go, actually? Let's go to the gym. Wait, it's cute. Where's the gym at? Oh. Oh wait, no. It's on the first floor. Right here. I think. Yeah, it's right here. Nope, that's not the gym. What was the gym again? I literally forgot. No, I just went the wrong way. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I know where the gym is at. It was literally just right here. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
I just saw something. What is it? It's what? It's a bomb. There's one stored in every Monokuma. A bomb. And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments are found in the garden. Okay, the fragments found in the garden with the bomb. Kyoko's room. I should go back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Okay, let's go back to the garden. Garden. Where was the garden again? Oh, 5th floor? There we go. Garden. Talk to him and hopefully he'll give us the key now.
Let's go.
Let's go. Wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance and I hurried him on our way to the dorms. Well, then here we go. Byakuya took the key and slid it to the keyhole and then... and it's open. Look, like it thanks. This is Kyoko's room, okay? Let's look at everything. I've never been in Kyoko's room. There's something on the table, a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's the purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for lockers.
It's certainly possible.
I think I might know what it unlocks. What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that might go to. The dojo? Okay, I think that's all.
What?
You want to come here, right? Nothing in particular. I was doing myself kind of clear here. Clear that might help us understand.
Come on.
Okay, critics here. That's why you made me take up the search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, we plan on poking around the random you're doing no matter how much time we take. I know.
It's true.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. I found it. What's in that envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Something has
Interesting.
certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Maybe under the bed? What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Student registry, Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and beep. That's it. This must be the blank that Monica was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. And this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgence. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. Mukuro Ikusaba, female, ultimate soldier, small for her age. She was in the military, specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she revealed why she decided to return home when she did.
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. You recognize
Naturally.
it? It's a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they have their uses and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in.
Found it!
Well, I feel like our hero has become a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you. Why have you gone in her pretty little hand there? You found her profile? So what if we did?
Hey,
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know?
What?
The violation's really so forgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organize and order, which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complain about how unfair it is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? It's about the one writing all these rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you about how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you first got here in the main hallway, back when there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding, are you
In
saying?
other
That's right,
words,
there were actually 15 of you.
indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16 then.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they called Watch Out For.
The 16th student, Mukuro goes up, she's part of the school life, so she's the one making all the regulations.
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You won't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense?
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you, revenge. I want to give out that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in and out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Which means those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His
Such
trap?
ignorance.
God, you must have really hated to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later, but the mere fact that he said that proves Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16 student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the
It's
case.
certainly
Perhaps she's the one who
possible.
killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we had a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she kills someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer, she killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought the investigation
What?
first began, but based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my
It's
mind.
all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusabe is the culprit. What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro is the ultimate despair and the mastermind's true identity, but if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of the way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good
So
point.
in other words,
Mukuro is giving us information that would raise the questions about her would be so bold to say the least. It makes more sense than to assume Mukuro isn't the culprit, so that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro. The way you say it definitely doesn't seem possible. If that's really true, Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is?
let's go.
Okay, I guess we have to go to the dojo. Well, good thing we're already here. We just teleported. Now, it said it was in the lockers. The key.
I see. Very strange. That's what.
Yay! We unlocked it. Oh, is that blood?
I see. Very strange. Why? What?
You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of, but how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? We're in the school. Would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access
Let's
to.
go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Here we go.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says, what language is this. How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into an enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired.
What?
would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? That could mean... Okay. My goodness. Time to start the class trial.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
My goodness, time.
That's right.
Nobody better start pointing fingers. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point?
What?
And where's Kyoko? Because I know that little girl ain't dead.
Why?
Could it be?
Or what? Jesus. Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait, huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? I'm here.
Hey,
I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko? Kyoko, you're still alive? That's a ghost. Stop talking.
What?
is that right?
Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be one step ahead of you. Kyoko, so you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're alive. You're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right, now we've got to deal with the ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Let's get a move on.
But
Oh, talk to Kyoko first. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed the announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now, I finished my search and came back down here just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late? I'm
However-
sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, and that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise,
In
not
other
quite. I used
words-
Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock of this school.
just a second.
Makoto.
Right now, I just want to focus on surviving the current situation because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me.
Goodbye.
I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. It feels like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and doubts is past. Let's get on with the show.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But she
Boy,
has legs and
I
stuff.
am not no. She is none of them
Well,
ghosts.
that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove
Bitch,
that the corpse
she's right
isn't
there.
Kyoko,
What do you mean
right?
prove that the corpse isn't
Then let's
Kyoko?
compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trick Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. The gloves.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Now I'm exposing her in front of everyone.
You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
But if I can prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward, so I don't have any choice but to.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
No, they didn't. I remember.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing.
She had a
No, that's wrong.
like a mark on her hand and big nails.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Yeah, he has a point, actually.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should be clear.
I got it!
She was a part of the
The Fenrir Mercenary
Fenrir.
Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba
Fenrir.
belonged to.
Fenrir.
Okay, so...
Mercenary corps.
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... It was some type of dog. Wolf. Yep.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No, it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Suspects. It was me and Kyoko because we don't have alibis.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
I can't let this stand, so I'm gonna have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
It was at
I
9
got it.
o'clock. Remember,
The body
Toko
must have
said
been
that.
discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time that I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on! I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my in?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it...
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. I should make it clear.
I admit nothing. I hate you.
Yes.
No, no, no! I don't know anything! It's enough! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this! I admit nothing. I hate you! No, no, no! I don't know anything! That's enough! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this!
Oh my
I admit
goodness.
nothing. Are you trying to blame me?
should prove it.
Yep, I got your ass.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom?
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
Of the water we poured on her?
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
No, I refuse to believe that Kyoko murdered
I'd
someone.
just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi,
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Bitch!
Huh?
Don't blame this shit on me, little girl.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
The tarp, of course.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, this proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Well, would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. The tarp, if it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to reveal what Kyoko said. Can I just tell them about what happened?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
so the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
Yeah, I
But
think
the
I just said
underside of
that.
the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Bitch!
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh! Yeah.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage? What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened, Miss. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got blood from right there in the garden, which could mean the chicken could, because there was one chicken missing.
I got it!
Ew, did they use the chicken blood on themselves?
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough...
Here's what happened. The murder took place before but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh, no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't
Why
you
is she
say?
trying so hard to put the blame on me
Don't bother
when I
saying
literally
it's not
defended her in the
possible.
beginning?
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
I don't understand.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Hey, why don't we let luck decide?
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
It was not me though.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
Couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it.
Considering everything up until now, I should be able to make it clear to prove that I didn't murder anyone and not the killer.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
No, that's wrong.
Wrong, guys.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp. In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until...
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed
Was it
her
the blow to
twice.
the head?
Once to kill her.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the... I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's they wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Ki.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah.
I already said she was hit in the back of the
According to
head.
the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Yay!
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is...
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh!
How is that even possible?
Well, maybe they held at the...
No way! The balance... I wouldn't mind testing it on...
No thanks. I bet you just...
I'd love to scoop out that nasty...
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right?
We already know?
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
The arrows.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we...
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure?
Hey! How dare you!
I'm not back talking it.
Because there's one more thing about that weapon, one more secret.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Oh my goodness.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
It was too
What's
thin.
the problem?
Well,
Or was it?
because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Let me hit it! Fuck!
Back
God,
to Master!
so fast.
You have no right!
The titanium arrow.
Can I skip?
It was in the
Wait, no.
dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you
Okay, I have
sure?
to
You don't
focus.
sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
What the hell, dude?
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been
I'm
about
ready.
as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be...
There we go. Fuck.
No,
Finally.
it's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's one stick is weak. But put them
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh?
Anyway, as for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Oh,
Key we found in her room.
Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do. If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves.
What does he do it himself? Where's the wooden block? The wood block. Key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here.
And how does that prove anything?
It was in her
Because
room.
I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play
Oh
dumb.
wait, has she even been
That
in her
key
room?
is just the final
Because-
piece of the puzzle.
Byakuya had
Your
the key to her room,
non-existent
didn't he?
alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. There's one more thing I need to ask. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko should kill someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Byakuya should know better than anyone, but does that mean?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able
Yep,
to
I've
get
been
into her
saying.
room
Huh? Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie, but this just isn't like her to try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer, or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the spoilers can remain hidden forever. The mastermind's trapped. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko, but what if that's really not true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I? The mastermind's trapped. The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trapped. If you spend all your time to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. What do? I have to decide right here and now whether... Oh, should I pursue it? Or let it go? Pursue it? Let it go. Pursue it? Run away. You know what? Let me expose her right now. Maybe she has a plan. Maybe he has a plan, okay? I made my decision. I had to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be
What?
Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Who are we supposed to pick? Yay, got an A.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Me, bitch, what? They chose me? Nah, y'all fake. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
They got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. The whole trial doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like the other class trials, and I'm gonna end up the same way. Saturated hot, only positive and thrilling punishment. Why do I... Kyoko?
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know...
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got!
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Makoto has been found guilty. My execution scene. That's a school lesson. Oh, alter ego. Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what was that? Yeah, it had to be alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invested in my network. Damn it to hell, I don't believe this. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. What are you talking about? Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch and itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. To waste away in a garbage storm pit in a way that's even better than special international. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm gonna bring this bird to the rest of you. Bring this bird to the entire world. Is he gone? What's the meaning of all this?
calm down.
We're not the ones being trapped this time, huh?
In other words,
No, it's the mastermind that's ensnared. What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough, very soon indeed. Hope Speak Academy. It brings in top students. What? Why am I starting over? Is this like a dream? Okay, well, I already read all this in the beginning, so I'm just gonna skip it. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a wooden desk. My body felt heavy. I'm in a garbage disposal. Finally. I was awake, or was it just another dream? A dream instead of a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my stomach. What an awful smell. Underground garbage pit. That was just the beginning of my problems. No, I can't let that happen. After what my good friends went through to save me. Alter ego save me. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-round bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been?
just a second.
A giant piece of trash brewed. Before she emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Oh,
It
not the
smells.
ramen on her head.
Indeed.
Kyoko? You're looking better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So-
Isn't it obvious I'm here to help you? I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then forced me
Hey.
again. I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. Seriously, I haven't given up then. Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all that I'm good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come rescue me? A tone? During the trail, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything, so you knew that I knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. And I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. Now that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost.
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for a very important reason. So you have a reason for coming to Hope's Peak Academy?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Until recently I forgot what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what the purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? You lost your memory? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted when I woke up, I was trapped here. Right. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself and disconnect.
Hey. Indeed.
Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from me.
However,
and it could also mean somehow my memories, they may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest to help?
Why is that?
What?
Correct.
Well, don't make it too big a deal out of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore that, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around here. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That's just my intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could be the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
What the hell are you talking about? Why did that just happen? Are you okay? It's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now I still trust you, you know? I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality.
So...
Wait.
So...
You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for? I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective? And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was a headmaster at Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster. Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. It turns out he became the headmaster at Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster. That explains it when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
No matter...
So...
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
However...
That makes sense. Then what did you see in there? The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's file and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use.
Correct. However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. It's hard to describe. All I can say is the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we imagined. What do you mean? I can explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get the chance soon.
However...
had to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't
However-
it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her, and I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but it just means that everyone but you and me had an alibi that who did kill
Anyway.
her. What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. They killed.
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of school regulations?
right.
Exactly. I think this was their discretion.
In other words,
That mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with the rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? That there was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have been the victim.
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night?
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability naturally draws me into cases just like this,
Anyway.
which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant is, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It has to be the work of the mastermind.
Indeed.
But wait, doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction, and it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but it seems like ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words-
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered, huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity, the identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair, there's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead, but I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event you're talking
That's
about.
right.
What happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair.
Indeed.
They're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through with this. This is the ultimate despair, and that's a real enemy. Six left. Group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. The same people put together this killing game and began podcasting it around the entire world. The most desperate, awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. I can't wait to make my big comeback. Like, they're all gonna say I'm not dead. What's up? Or wait, do they? Okay, yeah. They're gonna see I'm gonna escape this fuck ass room. Secret tool that you got from the headmaster's
Indeed.
room. Of course I do. It's an absolute vital part of snaring it with the mastermind. Oh, never part with it. I can open any door, anything.
That's right.
Let's go, right? Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Yay! We can open the door now.
It's true.
Let's find out. Yup.
Indeed.
Now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly open the door and made our escape to the garbage pit. We were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into the darkness. The passage was so dark, cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You say you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective, or how long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time where being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always been seen it that way. Then is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like a family tradition, right? So because we take pride in it. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we had to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. The conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, but I can't say it's entirely rational.
However,
And yet I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak Academy, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it's because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind.
Right.
Don't blame him, you know, he had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me, I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different.
Correct. Wrong. Hey.
Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Host Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Remember that the hatch on the ground near the trash room? It's fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be that much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my hand right up and pushed against the hatch. God damn, finally, we're back. I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gone out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Girl, let's go to the goddamn kitchen, bro. I mean, to the goddamn gym.
Listen. So then
let's get a concrete answer, huh?
In other words,
let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's... but if we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. It's like we can run away. And she said that she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen is because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared.
So... Right. Indeed. Shall we...
The gym. This way. Yoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you out? So what if I did? What will you do? If the guild party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial by yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all where you were expecting because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like
right. Indeed. However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you, an entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery alter ego.
am I wrong? Listen to me.
Which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You took a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine to make such bold claims without having a shred of
That
evidence?
doesn't
I don't
matter.
have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find
that's
some.
right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk to some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was a killer, he never would have come to you willing like this. He wouldn't have feared for his life or for another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have... He would have been gripped by the desire, by the despair you left so much to inspire.
however,
But here we are confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
indeed. Hey,
If you were to
hey,
But make for a popular climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
in other
You guys? I've been Barrett! You guys!
it's true.
You guys!
So I guess we're doing a second trial of Mukuro's death. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure.
Hey.
So what? I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I said it before. Everything is based on the school's regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Mukuro's trial is no exception, and it's a part of the regulations, which would have meant that whoever killed Mukuro, it's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I already told you this, but the killing game began with 16 participants. And those 16 students, what?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth?
Now!
Whew.
Hey!
Hey,
Thank you. Everything I have right now is
However-
because of you. Don't think me just yet. The real battle is ahead of us. Yeah, true, but still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that?
so because
Wait, fuck. I forgot to fix that.
however, so because so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember when the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to the broadcast to school live outside the world, right? Yeah, they definitely did say that.
Listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airways is so unbelievable. You don't exactly read about something like that happening so very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off, and somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
So, it would seem...
But forcing us to kill each other? That makes sense. If those stupid regulations, then nobody would have killed anybody.
Correct.
Prove a point.
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and seek into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that the despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous. True. You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Is that really their only reason to make enough suffer?
In other words, at the very least,
those who are watching this would have seen it. Couldn't kill any of us themselves. Choco broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial following other proper rules to get me killed. They began the trial, they didn't have the right answer, then they made me out to be the killer, but even that didn't work.
It's true.
Thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when in fact that was exposed on live TV to the outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
However, wrong.
I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seem totally confident.
However, correct. Hey.
Work together with everyone?
However,
is that really possible?
Anyway.
Right now we have to go find the others. They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Alright. Everybody's gonna be shook when they see me. Suddenly we were greeted with... What? You again? What is bro going on about? What the heck?
However.
Yup.
Is that...
I'm alive. Yup. Hey.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but...
Everyone was there, all my friends who I struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. It was all the work of the mastermind. Huh? You're saying the mastermind killed Makoto?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did...
However...
The rules state that only the blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules, which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Correct.
Naturally.
Don't be mean.
About... Huh? But...
Anyway...
If we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone?
I hate you!
Who said you could get to those terms without talking to the rest of us?
Anyway...
Interesting.
But...
I'm not so sure about that, huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Yeah?
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? But then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But
So
why?
in
If the
other
mastermind
words-
really is the one who killed Murkuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to set foot in the school, right?
In other words...
The only people who have set foot in Hope's Academy are the 16 students who have been taking part in this killing game. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and in Mercuro you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
That's right.
And one of the 60 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. I need to continue or do we get it out? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. We can't say that for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have said all that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility. Well, one more, many among us.
But
I'm right, right?
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
That's in the goodbye.
Hey.
Indeed.
You know?
just a sec.
How about that?
Okay, I guess this is the last trial.
Cause I'm... Huh? But, okay.
Indeed. However... So then...
I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check. So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth by any means necessary. Okay. I want... Hold on. Yeah, I want to go second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. I want to go to the second floor dorms because I haven't been there at all. Yeah, hold on. This is the second floor of the dorms. It looks like some ancient ruins. It's more like a battlefield, like a bomb flew up in here or something. Okay, let me go back, actually. I'm gonna look at every single room. Okay, let's leave. There's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Why is there a fish in the random ass bathroom? Oh, I can look at all of the lockers. Should I really look through all of them? But what if there's like something important? I don't know. Just in case there's anything I could miss. Oh, what about this one? This locker looks completely fine. No, never mind. Okay, I kind of don't want to look through all of them. Hold on. Okay. Let's see if I can find a card reader. So maybe that's important. If not, then I don't give a fuck.
Correct. Indeed.
I still have one little regret, so I decided to check it out one more time. A regret. Looks like a hidden door.
It would seem...
They were very interested in the Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it, then we might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair.
However,
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know. The
words,
Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However,
and that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best it could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the headmaster is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. Right. Here, let's look at the door.
so...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel breeze coming out.
Indeed.
Breeze is likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean you mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick, so easy. I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that if it controls, enter the right password, and the door should open right up.
It's true. What? Well,
Hey, should I try it on the computer?
hey,
Then turn to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Beep. What? That did it? What? Ain't no way it was that easy. It worked.
what?
She disappeared into the hidden room. Kyoko? Okay, well, let's see what's in here. Kyoko? Oh, is that a picture of Kyoko and her dad in the background? A present wrapped and covered with such joy.
Makoto. It would seem... Anyway...
Oh, bitch. She said don't scream. I let out a trembling cry. Oh. It was bones, human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. My goodness. There's bones. Oh, okay, let's talk to her again.
Wrong.
My father. What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Is that her father's bones? Those bones? That body? That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So,
Given all the information we already have, that's the only possible answer.
In up.
hey, because
E-handbook, right? It has the label on it that says in case of emergency. Oh, maybe I can
In
use
other
that.
words-
I can use it to open the lockers. Maybe I can find something in there.
it would I... Hey,
Through each of the drawers, starting from the top, but all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
no.
This picture. Aw. It's all faded and must be pretty old. Is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
This is annoying. I came here to cut myself free from the past and yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster has a picture all this time, he must be really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him to tell him myself to cut him out of my life or abandon me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again? And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on.
Hey,
Favor? My favor?
hey. So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much
Hey.
more, but could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a bit. I need
Just
to
a
get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before how you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul, but maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he'd hope to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact what happened, what I went through.
Anyway.
Okay, I want to head to the locker room. They killed the headmaster. The only ones left are Mibiakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. That can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Yes, I want to go back to the lockers because now I can open any door that I want. Okay, let's see all of the lockers. Yeah, can I give that one a try? Yay! Totally, it looks like something Hero would have. Crystal ball, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker, it's just not possible. A deck of playing cards, they're tarot cards. Aren't those used for telling fortunes? Just a coincidence, right? Wait, what? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Kakakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which could mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So, what is this notebook? Okay, let's check the next one. I don't see any written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there's writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's property, but I better take a look. I saw something familiar with written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Host Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our students' prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their geniuses can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the fountain for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. That's Kyoko's locker. But why is this shit doing in there? I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happened to be the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? Quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing, but when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us and so we survive. There's a second despair. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to the people Hiro? No, but that seems to belong to Hiro. In the pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I believe in everyone. Okay, let's go. I want to go there. Because I haven't gone through that door. It should be open now. Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about the Monokuma door, so I figured if all the doors at school have been unlocked, then that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode right now, it really sucks, so you open it. What? She wants me to open it? Fuck. All right, let's see. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Here goes nothing. I threw my weight into it, but the door opened that much easier than I expected. This is the control room. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Is that a hatch on the floor?
Okay.
Let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just, or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hino was already jumping away the control panel.
Huh?
Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. What did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one, the button that says data center. That sounds like the button or the sound that Monokuma makes when he shows up.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to see what this is. Ugh, okay, whatever. Let's just go. Is that Monokuma? Hey, give me all your donuts, huh? You, Hina? Aw, man, busted. How did you know?
Say what?
What is this? Some kind of remote control cameras kind of setup? You don't even know where you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, a controller, I can't really see anything from in
Found
here.
it.
Guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it. We're seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with Monokuma drawing on it and a control panel inside. I'm gonna go back in. I wanna look at the hatch.
Huh?
Can I just fuck with him?
Hey,
But
What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean,
It's just, this is whatever. The mastermind's been heading right. Who knows if they're setting up traps or whatever.
so
You wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around. You wanna get going? Yeah. I think that was probably all because she said if we want to get going, so. Okay, I guess we are leaving. Oh. I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door is locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, but why? Of course it's not because the data center is not restricted. Monokuma?
Just a second.
No, fair, you can just go around restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit, because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just stopped moving. Then that room, as you may guess, that's where my controls are. So you're right. You're being operated with someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correct the
You're a liar.
Too bad.
He's gone, but
so,
he was telling the truth. The mastermind was hiding in there. In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. When I said we should leave, the hatch couldn't be open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Anyway, we don't have to let it get us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay. You got it.
See you later. Hina took off. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Where shall I go now? We have the data center, office, music room, headmaster's room. Wait, where should I go? Should I just go straight to the headmaster's room? So let's just head to the headmaster's room, where he's at. We can go in here now, so let's see if we can find some more clues. It's you, Byakuya. Class number 78 registry contains profiles for all of us in Mukuro.
So in other
Apparently,
words-
class number 78 refers to us when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned class number 78. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers, there could be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Host Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, that must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. I'm sure she wanted to get at us as possible. What's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So in other words,
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro than the episode didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain everything the thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report, but put together by the headmaster himself. I don't understand. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left such an interesting clue. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this single person or some kind of group, whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all of this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she might have gone through as a member of Fenrir. When she entered Host Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wound scars. The fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all, but if it says she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all responsible measures. It was part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there could be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and that mastermind were allies? So why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that.
what? That's fine. Stop talking.
What I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm,
It's all
right?
clear
That's
now.
all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is on your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. And one last thing. Bit of advice from me to you, so I just do pay attention. Advice from me, you seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not like we're getting along, she's just doing a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't as you will. Oh, this was the thing. Whatever, let's check that. Okay. I'm here in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Even the monitor is really freezing up. There's nothing in here? Oh wait, what's this? The blue light comes on. Each slot lit up in blue. Another one of the victims is him. I like that I learned how to teleport, because that was literally a pain having to go up every single flight of stairs. Let's go to the judge. It's right here.
What do you want?
Out of your sight, it's not it. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I haven't found anything, not a single clue.
What?
Girl, what are you going on about? Let me look around still. Maybe there could be something. Okay, let's leave. I wanna go to the garden. I really want to finish this today, but I don't think I'll be able to, because I think the trial is just so long. It's not here. Did I see the, what was it, the pickaxe? What does that have to do with anything? The tarp. Killer might have some clue left behind here, huh? I didn't notice before, but there's a small step at one of the corners. It says biolab. Came from the biolab. Pickaxe. This. Okay, let's leave. Need to check here. Okay.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
I think after this sequence, I'll put an end to it. for today, and then I'll start it up next time.
I am Monokuma!
Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. Just get on with it. Cryptic words didn't make me feel any better. I just picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It was featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. But wait, there's someone behind Saika. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Mikuro Ikusaba. Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mikuro here with everyone else? And even more than that? Just having everyone here pose like this is weird in and by itself. And where am I at? Did they not include me in the picture? I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Saika, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But this picture is real. Then could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep up rambling this soliloquy of yours?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way of standing there, you know. So I mean, get out. But I told you I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would be if I gave you all the answers? That totally out of left field. Bro is spazzing out. I found in the gym was even more confusion, and with that confusion in hand, I left the gym. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which could mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all of this up. No, I have to clear all this up. So I think this is where I'm going to end it. Let me save. Because it is kind of a long one and I want to save the finale for tomorrow. Because I think it's going to be a bit of a longer trial since it is the finale. And we're finally going to find the end to all of the mysteries tomorrow. Wait. No. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, not sure, we will find out the finale. So yeah, because I've already reached a little over 3 hours. I think tomorrow it'll probably be a shorter stream, since it's like literally the end and I'm already like halfway through the episode, or like this chapter. But still, I want to save it for tomorrow since we are already at 3 hours. And yeah, I'll upload this VOD onto my YouTube channel, which is linked in my bio. All of my social medias are linked in my bio. And yeah, bye.